What happened? This man, the man with a smiling face, Kazuo Ishiguro, a British Japanese novelist. He was born 8 November 1954, Nagasaki, Japan. Citizenship Japan until 1983, and he had got the citizenship of United Kingdom in 1983. That means at the later period of 1983. Education, University of Kent, BA, and University of East Anglia, another university. He did his MA in creative writing. Creative writing, that means how to write novel, how to write short stories, etc. His occupation, he is a novelist, short story writer, and also screenwriter. Screenwriter, a different one. That is the person who writes the dialogue of a drama or a movie. বাংলায় যেটাকে বলা হয় চিত্রনাট্যকার, and the English is screenwriter. The dialogue you see in theater, the dialogue you see in movies, some person write these dialogues, and he is called a screenwriter. So our writer Kazuo Ishiguro was also the screenwriter. Columnist, we know who is columnist, and songwriter. That is his occupation. And Kazuo Ishiguro is a celebrated British novelist of Japanese origin, born in Nagasaki in 1954, and he moved to England at age 5, where he was educated and now resides. Now, that means these days. His acclaimed novels, which explored themes of memory, loss, human connection, include the Booker Prize winning The Remains of the Day. What is the title of the novel? Is one of the novel got Booker Prize, and the title of the novel is Remains of the Day. And the dystopian, most probably you have not forgotten the meaning of this very word, dystopia. Dystopia means bad utopia. Bad utopia. Dystopia means bad utopia. Naturally, that word is taken from Plato's Republic, where he had been acclaimed for an ideal republic, an ideal. So dystopia is a bad world or bad utopia. Utopia, but that would be bad. Bad in which sense? Bad in every sense. And you also know that dystopian writing is also one of the characteristics of postmodern literatures. So his dystopian novel, Never Let Me Go. Not go, please, go. Never Let Me Go. Ishiguro was awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature in 2017, and was knighted for services to literature. Knighted, that means an honorary title given by the British government to the person who does something in a specific field. কেউ যদি সাহিত্যে And Ishiguro was awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature in 2017 and was knighted for services to literature. Knighted means, that means a special title in army. But that title is given to a person for the special contribution in his or her special field. Suppose he is a writer, he can be awarded this knight title. Again, if anybody is a good person in humanitarian perspectives, he can also awarded the knight title. Even if any person does something in other field, UK government or British government entitled him with that title, that is knight. Ishiguro was born on November 8, 1954 in Nagasaki, Japan, and moved to Guildford, England with his family when he was 5 years old. 5 years old. When he was born, when he was born, 8 November 1954. Where he was born? In Nagasaki, Japan. And 1954 is the year that is significant, that the year after the Second World War. Okay? And at the time, in the Second World War, you know, there is the involvement of Japan. That is the bombing in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, you know. Nagasaki is the same city where the atomic bomb, lithium oil, was deployed at the time of the Second World War. And just after 9 years of the Second World War, our writer, Kazuo Ishiguro, was born in 1954. And in 1958, that means when he was only 5 years old, his family moved to England. When he was only 5 years old. And his family started living in an area of England that is called Guildford. And he studied English and philosophy at University of Kent, and later earned a master's degree in creative writing from the University of East Anglia. East Anglia. That means he got his BA from University of Kent, and he earned his MA degree in creative writing. Creative writing, that means how to write a novel, how to write a short story. In this MA program, the university or the teachers will teach you how to write a novel. Okay, and in that subject, our writer Kazuo Ishiguro did his MA in creative writing, and one of his MA novel, that is The Remains of the Day, that is his MA thesis. As the MA dissertation thesis, he has written a novel. Okay, that is Anglia. And also Ishiguro has written several novels, including A Pale View of Hell, 1982, An Artist of the Floating World, 1986, The Remains of the Day, 1989, which won the Booker Prize and was adapted into an acclaimed film. That is The Remains of the Day, which won the Booker Prize. And When We Were Orphans, When We Were Orphans, that was written in 2000, and Never Let Me Know, that is 2005. So we have to remember the specific date, that is when Ishiguro was born. Ishiguro was born in 1954, and he moved to England in 1959. Then he got UK citizenship in 1983. And our novel, that is we are going to, not our novel, that novel we are going to study, that is Never Let Me Go, that was written in 2005. And that novel is based on the dystopian world. Dystopian world, that means bad utopian world. That means if the world And the same thing we have in the previous novel, that is Breakfast of Champions. For the pollution and industrial pollution, we have seen in the Breakfast of novel that is the art, that is the living place. This art, we have made it a dystopia. Human pollution, commercial pollution. And that same thing will be here in this novel, that is Never Let Me Go, also adapted into a film. And he was awarded Nobel Prize in 2007, right? Good, my friend. And the Buried Giant. The Buried Giant, 2015. Clara and the Sun, 2021. Okay? And he has also worked as a screenwriter, receiving an Academy Award nomination for his screenplay for the 2022 film Living. The name of the film Living. He has also worked as the screenwriter. And awards and honor, Nobel Prize. He received the Nobel Prize in Literature in 2017. Booker Prize. His novel The Remains of the Day won the Booker Prize in 1989. Knighthood, that I have explained a little bit earlier. Ishiguro awarded the knighthood in 2019 or 2018 per some sources for his services to literature. That is our writer, Kazuo Ishiguro. Everybody, Kazuo Ishiguro. Kazuo Ishiguro. You have to pronounce many names at the times of reading in this novel. Okay, and he has received other honors, including the Order of the British Empire in 1995, the French Chevalier de l'Ordre des Arts et des Lettres, and the Japanese Order of the Rising Sun, Gold and Silver Star. Ishiguro's work frequently explores theme of memory, identity of human being. What's your identity? What's your name? Name can simply signify your identity, but the simple name can identify your identity. That is identity, the passage of time, and the complexities of human connection and regret. That was the themes of Ishiguro's writing. Narrative style, his novels often features first-person narratives. First-person narrative, that means the character himself will be describing the story. That is called first-person narrative, where characters reflect their own past and struggle to uncover hidden truth. Okay? And that is our writer, Kazuo Ishiguro. So we are going to study this novel, Kazuo Ishiguro's Never Let Me Go, and this novel was written in 2005 based on dystopian theme, and this writer was born in 1954 in Japan, Nagasaki. Then he moved to England in 1959. He got American citizenship in 1983. He was awarded Nobel Prize in Literature in 2017. Okay, so this theme is memory, past, regret, human connections, and others. And these are the source, that is, I haven't written it. So if you click on the source, you will get some other slides are there. Okay, so if you want to know more details about this writer, it's okay. So you can read this. Okay, all this fantasy, historical fiction, early life and childhood, what happened to this. Okay, so you can also go for this title if you want to know details about our writer, Kazuo